What's up, Internet? Welcome to episode 4 of Eatin Dips. 5 dudes. One guy knows a lot. 4 guys know a little, but we're figuring crypto out. Won't you join us and get rich and then buy Lamborghinis? But not now, apparently, because everything fucking sucks. It's terrible. Bitcoin crashed. Ethereum crashed. I was an idiot. I bought back into Ripple thinking, man, it's going to go back up. Crashed. Just crashed.
Like, oh, I got to get it before it hits $1 again. And then, it's 50 cents.
You bring up a good point. 4 guys know little, and then Danny knows a lot. Danny's kind of like, if you know 90s cartoons or 80s cartoons, Danny's kind of like Captain Planet when we put our rings together. Or he's like a transformer. He's like Megatron when we like decide to like turn into like a super transformer, or maybe that's Power Rangers. Turn into a super Power Ranger.
Megatron is a combination of all the robots.
Yeah.
So
I think
Danny's dumbass robot.
No, Danny's Danny's Optimus
Megatron.
Prime. Yeah. Danny's Optimus Prime because he's the brain of the giant robot, and then we're the dummy robots that are like the legs and arms.
I like the Captain Planet.
Hop on and join him.
Let's just put the rings together when we need Danny.
Right, because he's a leader. You can't just stack 4 dumb robots on top of
That's
each other
true.
and expect a smart robot to come out of it.
Well, no, then he uses us. He's like the brain that throws us around, right?
Captain
He's
Planet
like
always
Krang.
had to clean up the mess. He's like
He's like
Krang.
Krang, and we're like Bebo and Rocksteady.
Okay.
Right? Bebop and Rocksteady, yeah.
I'm the guy in the belly.
Yeah.
That's the brain, bro.
Brain.
But he
brain.
had that super strong body, and then he had this.
Right.
Yeah.
So, what happened? Bitcoin, guys, Jesus Christ, essentially the market maker, the granddaddy of all cryptos, fell below $30,000 on Tuesday
Way
night.
below, right?
Yeah.
To 29.4, which is the
this,
lowest it's been
2019?
since January, which is terrible. So essentially all the gains this year erased, went up into the 60s earlier this year. And God damn it. So everything sucks. Thinking about maybe, I don't know. This is the kind of crash that makes you want to start doing heroin. Am I right, guys?
I'm gonna buy a crypto gun and crypto shoot myself in the head.
Yeah, I mean,
Cut your crypto dick off.
basically the market halved. I saw like SafeMoon holders, which I have some too, but they're all bragging like, well, we're not panicking today. It's like, yeah, but you halved a couple months ago.
Right.
So everybody now is basically sitting at, basically where they were nearly a year ago, it seems like.
But isn't it the right time to buy? I mean, like what I did right before the show is just threw $2,000 into like Litecoin and Cardano and stuff, because I was like, how much lower is it going to go?
Right. That's what we've thought a lot of times over the past month. How
Yeah,
much lower is it going to go?
Good for you, Mark. Good for you. Unless you're me and you threw everything you had in 3 months ago.
Yeah, that wasn't that.
Now it's worth nothing.
To be fair,
A lot less.
now we're on the same path to buying a beach house together in fall 2022.
That's true. It evened you up. It evened you up on your path.
I'll see you at the beach in 2022.
We'll see you at the beach. All right. So what happened, guys? A lot of people are saying that China, bastards, are continuing to crack down on cryptocurrency mining. And if you haven't, Google Chinese crypto farms, because these guys have a butt ton of computers. Too many computers. I'm surprised that China allowed mining to go on for as long as it did, but they are eyeing their own digital currency. So they're saying, get out. Now, some people are saying this is good, right? Some bulls are saying this is awesome. The best thing possible to happen to a technology is for China to ban it, because it means that it's dangerous, and it means that the rest of the world's going to adopt it. A lot of people are saying Bitcoin mining is going to go to Texas, where there's deregulation, Wyoming. I would love that. I don't know, though, guys. What do you think? You think we're fucked, or you think this is just a hiccup?
I don't know if we have the energy grid to support Bitcoin mining in Texas.
Texas,
we don't.
You're already threatening
ERCOT.
to turn it off already.
Yeah. So maybe Wyoming.
Wyoming might be good. I know that it accounted for, I think they were saying China accounted for almost 80% of Bitcoin mining across the world. So,
Wow.
Having them deregulate it and kick that out, that's what put a big hit on what we're seeing right now. And I know that longs are down probably about half of what they were only going back to January. So it's a pretty big dip. It's pretty significant. But it's you're starting to see a little bit of a comeback from Ethereum, and Bitcoin's rose back up a little bit, but having it be down this far is just it's It's affecting everything.
You think it's insurmountable, Danny? And let me ask you this: Are more people still joining crypto? It was only 2% of traders as of like 2 months ago. Are more people entering the crypto world still?
Yeah, I still think that people are still entering, and they need a good space to go to be able to learn essentially what's going on. You know, and one of the reasons why we started this podcast was in order to get the information out, but we want to make sure that everybody knows that. One second. Sorry.
You good, buddy?
Yeah. I got.
You good? Go for it.
Danny, some Mickey Mouse is at his door.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Danny, found your house on Cherry Street.
Found you.
Damn. You're dead.
Take this oversized puffy fee a hand to the face. Are you Danny? Is that Mickey Mouse?
Daddy?
Yeah. Hey, Daddy, I'm here to finish the job.
It's a little neighbor kid, man. Like I was trying to ignore. He just kept knocking. I'm like, bro, if I don't answer the door, the first like 30 times you knock, I'm not coming to the door.
Nice. What did he want? Was he sniveling?
No, he was like, "Is Trey you here?" I'm like, "No, dude. There's no one here except me."
I found a bomb in your yard.
There's a
That's
dead
a
body.
throwback to last week's episode where Danny got a contract taken out on his head. But you can go watch that on your own time. Okay, so let's talk about this, Danny. You mentioned futures, which I think is interesting. So I don't know shit about futures. I did see a graph that essentially the big financial organizations were shorting Bitcoin, right? Maybe they knew something we didn't. These are the same a-holes that are getting squeezed, short squeezed with the Wall Street Bets situation on Reddit, AMC, etc. What do we know about Bitcoin futures? What does that even mean, man? And what's the market looking like?
I mean, right now if you're looking towards where the market's going to go, this is there's a lot of indications that this is going to be a bearish market for the next 3 months. That's what the pattern's been showing right now. So if anything is going to show that we're going into a bear market where things are going to start to consolidate and people are going to restrict back on their trading patterns, and this right now is it. You know, I'm generally going to go with the fact that this is going to be a pretty bearish signal for everybody, and to maybe move your stuff over from a little bit more volatile tokens and into some more stable type coins for a while. Maybe tether some of your trades up for a little bit.
Danny, can you explain to me, an idiot, what people are always talking about when they're like, this is a consolidation period, this is an accumulation period? Because I hear that a lot when people talk about Cardano. Like this is great for Cardano. This is the people are accumulating and consolidating. What exactly does that mean, and why is it good?
Well, if you're looking at the patterns on the chart, if you have an uptrend that's going where you're making your triangles, right, and you're watching which the trade patterns are going into, you'll see that it'll start to consolidate down into that triangle. And if it's on an uptrend, that's where you're going to want to see it go, because once those are where your resistance points and your support lines crisscross, right? Mm-hmm. So when you get to that point of where your resistance line and your support lines are going to cross, and you're on an uptrend or a downtrend, that's realistically where you're going to shoot up from there. So when you see a consolidation of the resistance and the support coming together, and everything comes down into one final spot, typically you're going to be going up in a trend at that point. When we're in a bearish market and you have a consolidation where it's at, but everything's pointing down to bearish, that means that you're going to probably continue down on a downtrend at that moment. So
right.
The fuck are you talking
about? Is this good for Cardano or not?
No, I mean, it means that for the next 3 months you wouldn't expect gains across most of the market,
except for the stable.
Right.
What about Cardano? Cardano good? Yes, no.
No coins, right?
No coin right now is. I mean, when you're going into a bearish market,
just tell me yes, so I can hit buy on this Cardano order here. Just say yes.
Yes.
Get the voice.
There you go. 250 more on Cardano. There it is. Done.
Okay. Well, that fucking sucks. So, I mean, but we're kind of pot committed. So hang with us. Hopefully the market will go up. Luckily, Bitcoin rebounded a little bit this week to the 33 range. People are saying that it'll have a support level or whatever.
But it rebounded actually before that all the way up to, I think, like 43, 42.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just but that was like then
That was
people immediately dropped.
That was an Elon bump.
Right, and then it immediately dropped down to the 29.
Yeah, it got to 28.8.
Yeah,
Jesus.
Yeah,
Christ.
but that's nothing. You know, Bitcoin holders think that this is volatile. Look at Dogecoin. If you got in on Dogecoin at the peak, it hit like 15 cents last night before we recorded this. It was up at like a fucking close to $1.
Yeah,
like,
I'm gonna look at Dogecoin real quick.
I mean, like
it got down to 18 cents, like you said, and let's see.
Unreal.
It peaked at like 75 cents.
Yeah, but
75.
Bitcoin is still 10x'd since last March.
Is that enough, Wes? Is that enough?
Good point, Wes.
You know, well, let's
pretty
talk,
nice.
I want more.
Let's talk about the Elon bump, because I must have been sleeping when that happened, and thank God I was, because it would have made this dagger in my heart even worse, watching my account go back somewhat up to normal and then fall back down again to where I'm going to be driving Ford Fiesta the rest of my life. But Tesla took a bath too. And I feel really good about that, because fuck Elon Musk he started this whole thing, really, if you think about it. And then he tried to make good, and it's a whole disaster. So real quick, I was reading a filing, said the value of Tesla's holding was $2.48 billion in Bitcoin as of March 31st. And that was when the price was 59,000. The company held about 42,000 coins, and they listed the holding value of those coins. So the price they paid for them at one point, I guess they lost 1.33 billion, which is fucking insane. Which I say awesome. Assholes. Beyond that, guys,
screw them and all the employees too, right? No,
yeah,
we only want Elon Musk to get hurt, not all the people that are going to lose their jobs over that. So that sucks. It's a catch-22. It's like, yeah, screw Elon, but then with 1.3 billion in loss, there's cuts in employment. And then,
okay, Mark.
And then families don't have food.
Yeah, Pat. Jesus.
Oh my God. You think?
Well, isn't this going to screw? Isn't this going to screw like a lot of companies that have huge Bitcoin holdings? So, right? Like Twitter. Sure. I mean, like Jack
JP Morgan.
Jack, the only thing in Jack's
Morgan
bio
Chase.
is Twitter. Yeah. Or in Jack's bio is Bitcoin.
Do you think you think if you work at Tesla, you're like even in the class of people that might be without dinner? No, that's not the type of situation the Tesla employees have, guys. Sorry.
Yeah, no, there's tons of factory employees at the Gigafactory.
There's
in Reno,
making under 100K there. Yeah,
definitely lots of
people
workers
making under 100K.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I noticed JP Morgan Chase stopped sending me emails about like COVID relief because they probably took a bath, right? I'm not getting any offers for lower interest rates from JP Morgan Chase anymore.
All right, well, whatever. Tell me where to.
It screws everybody.
Tell me where to put my rage, and that's where I'll put it. Apparently not at Tesla. Okay, guys, one other thing in the Bitcoin space before we move on. I thought this was funny. So as we reported on the show earlier, El Salvador, the Central American nation that gave us MS-13, they have adopted Bitcoin as a legal tender. Bold move, El Salvador. Very cool.
Yes.
The president of El Salvador, when describing his Bitcoin play in an interview recently, said, looks bulletproof, which I thought was pretty ironic because you got to be bulletproof down there in El Salvador.
But they use machetes, so usually, so that's
that
makes
what he
sense.
meant.
Yeah.
Little loophole.
Yeah.
He also said, after saying it was bulletproof, he goes, I'm pretty sure this is going to work. So a little bit of wavering confidence, but we'll see what's going on.
I love it. We covered it on our other show, Hard Factor. And what he did was he went to, I guess, like some Bitcoin convention on a Saturday and proposed it, or someone maybe proposed it. And he was like, sounds interesting. We'll look into it. By, I think, Monday or Tuesday, he'd implemented it legally. In the like 2 days later, went from idea to implementation. And then the 24 hours after that, by like Wednesday, they targeted volcanoes to mine in. So like it went like really quick, and it was awesome. Like he went from idea to legal implementation to physical implementation.
It is sweet how quickly you can move in El Salvador. Wes, Bitcoin is 3x from where it was last year.
From what was the low of March in 2020? Wasn't it like 3,000?
Yeah, but I mean it was up at like that's a little bit.
I'm saying from the low of the pandemic.
No.
Now you're still up 10 times.
$5,000 would have been the lowest you could have got in at 2020 if you bought at the absolute lowest. Okay. It was 10 grand a year ago.
So
I see $8 grand was the lowest it was a year ago.
No, it got lower than $8 grand.
Yeah, if you could potentially have played Bitcoin for a 10x if you hit it at the very lowest of 2020 and the very highest of 2021. Most people are probably looking at more like a 2 to 3x in either direction kind of change.
$5,000. 5.
All right. Well,
Yeah, still
that's
6x, right?
We'll put a graph up or something. So a fact checking graph below. Yeah. So the correct. Don't listen to what we were saying. Read. Okay. Let's move on,
This
guys.
is not financial advice. Do
Not
your
at
own
all.
research.
Don't listen to Will's math. It's
Invest in volcanoes.
Yeah, where did that come from? They
graph
were
right
gonna
Oh, you
gonna
didn't-
mine
you didn't-
out of
you
a
didn't hear-
volcano.
you didn't hear about the volcanoes? Yeah,
Well,
that's-
I'll put the graphic up. Don't
No.
worry. I'll put it up.
they're I guess I don't know what it has to do with the energy company, the largest energy company in El Salvador, like Geo something, is being targeted to do the mining in El Salvador, and they for some reason are targeting volcanoes. Like I don't know if it's the inside of volcanoes or the base of volcanoes, or I don't know what it has to do with how it will help them mine, but they've decided that mining inside of volcanoes is like the way to go, which is just awesome. So the headline was very catchy.
It's
I didn't do
bulletproof.
this. Yeah.
All right. Let's move on.
So what?
Sounds like it's going to work.
Yeah, I mean, how could it not?
Right.
It's like a Bond villain. Google says El Salvador will use volcanic energy to mine Bitcoin. So I guess the heat from volcanoes.
You know what I think is that once the aliens reveal themselves, then cryptocurrency is really going to take off.
Yeah.
we got to get some alien tech.
How do you know they didn't introduce it?
That's how they could have. What if the aliens teach the Bitcoin miners how to conserve energy?
Bro, or what if they bring quantum mathematics in, dude? Now we're talking.
Is that how they're actually going to solve it?
Might want to Google that. All right, moving on.
All right.
What if they cure erectile dysfunction?
Okay, guys.
No more cancer.
Okay, guys.
Amazing.
Oh man.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Pat.
Okay, guys. This next segment is called New Contract Hotness. It's a new segment on the show. What's the deal? Well, every time someone puts a new spin on a contract for a token, everyone gets hype on it, and that token seems to go through the goddamn roof. First, we saw it with the deflationary tokens. The reflectionary tokens. Then we saw it with this BNB reward pool situation. Now, guys, we got a whole new thing going on, which is, I guess it's a buyback, automatic buyback token. Danny, can you tell us what the hell's going on with this EverRise and the other clones of the EverRise?
Yeah, absolutely. So all of these kind of stem back through that SafeMoon fork, right? And when you fork a contract, you try and figure out something new to do with it. And just coming back from the automatic BNB rewards, EverRise came out, and they came out of the gate. I believe they raised around 8,000 BNB in their pre-sale. And EverRise tokens are rewarded not through like static rewards, but they're also rewarded with, they have an automatic buyback, right? So it doesn't allow more than 2 buys in a row to happen before the buyback kicks in. So instead of constantly seeing red, like we talked about before on the chart, where you would see everything go through and you would see red on a automatic BNB rewards, this will only allow it to be red twice before it kicks itself back in and throws money back at it. I know as of right now, they've raised a little bit over, after being out for a couple of weeks, they have 39,000 holders, $30 million market cap, and their buyback is kicked into high gear. They're still only buying back at, I believe it's like 1.9% of a total buyback amount, which comes out to like $3.64, but it doesn't allow more than 2 sales to come through. So this is the new one that's kicked in. Now you have EverMars, EverElon, HyperRise, Permabull. You have a whole host of guys that are following in with this automatic buyback returns.
Don't forget Everjizz.
Everything. You know, these are great, but you know it's every week. You know, like I said in crypto, you gotta be the new hotness to come out and get yourself away from the rest of the crowded pack. And so that's where we are now with EverRise, EverMars, EverElon, HyperRise, Permable, EverJizz.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Everywhere.
No, I was wrong. It's never jizz.
Never
but
jizz.
The N is small and the E is big.
Huge. Yeah, it's fountain of jizz.
So okay, yeah. So real quick off the EverRise website, what they're saying is EverRise token holders are not only benefited through static rewards, but also by the buyback process of the contract. As part of the buyback process, the contract takes care of buying back some of the tokens and burn them whenever a sell happens. In a nutshell, 98% of the time, you will not see 2 sell transactions at any time, and there will never be 3 sell transactions continuously at any time. I don't know what the fuck that means. Anyone know what the fuck that means?
Okay, so it's buying back. It's like a liquidity pool that's buying back its own coins.
So like if you're looking at PooCoin, like I always do, and I'm looking at how many sells are in a row, you're never going to see more than 2 reds in a row, because that's a huge thing for the buyer and seller. It's like, whoa, everyone's selling. It's sell. I don't want anything to do with this coin.
It's like a company that's investing in itself, and it keeps buying its own stock.
It's like a psychology thing where like you see that this coin isn't selling all the time. It's not on a down slope. So it's like it helps people that want to hype in think that the coin's not failing. So you see some green and mixed in with the red. You never see a sea of red.
Correct. And that's essentially all of these essentially do the same thing. They're just utilizing the same mechanism in different ways. So instead of the BNB rewards pool going towards somebody and you're getting 0.0016 of a BNB every 7 hours and making you feel good, they're taking that from everybody and essentially just buying back their own tokens, so that way you don't see a sea of red. So all of these things are really the same contract that's just being tweaked a little bit here and there to make it the next new hotness. Yeah,
right.
That's about what it is.
And if you get in on the actual coin that becomes the new hotness and goes to Coinbase, then you're sitting pretty.
I'm not sold this is going to work. It does like the psychological thing, but one of these new hotnesses is going to take everyone to the top.
You think one of these EverRise
tweaks
is going to be on
it's going to be bulletproof, like the volcano thing.
Yeah, a contract tweak. Well, okay. A quick question on that front. So, like the last new hotness was the BNB rewards pool, right? Mm-hmm. Which, like, was Ghostface and then the Moon Bar fiasco situation. But on the Ghostface front, right? Like, so everything crashed. I'm still in Ghostface, and there is a BNB reward aspect of it. So, like, my Ghostface right now is worth like $45, like fucking nothing, off probably 2 BNB I put in there. So it's a really shitty loss. However, I'm reaping BNB rewards every week, and my projected BNB reward for the year is 14 BNB. Now, I wonder if the liquidity pool essentially is being locked and then redistributed, right? So like that could be a situation where you could watch your coin crash and then still benefit if you hold it for the year from the BNB rewards pool. Is that possible, or am I wrong?
No, that's possible. I mean, because that the liquidity pool and the BNB rewards pool, essentially everybody would have to sell out every single token that they have in order to kind of completely. I was like, what is that, another microphone? But no, that was a cat steal.
It's Mark's cat, everyone.
You would have to essentially, everybody would have to sell out 100% of their tokens in order to liquidate the rewards pool. And since there's going to be holders like yourself or me or anybody else, that liquidity is still going to be locked. That's why you lock the liquidity in there. So somebody can't just essentially take the liquidity out because they would have to go to every single holder. Because, even with Ghostface, there's still, I believe, over 10,000 holders right now.
But like, let's say that coin kind of just dies or people forget about it. Like a ton of people got into it early. So a ton of money got locked into this BNB rewards pool. So I might be able to benefit by just holding, right?
Yeah, you'll still be able to draw your BNB rewards every single week. And that's one of the things is the new hotness of those has transferred over to where you don't have to go in there and claim it on your own. You automatically have it sent to you. So you have tokens now like Tiki token or Astro Kitties or Astro Apes that's about to come out, where they actually just pay you the BNB every 30 minutes and you don't have to follow up and check and do your claim through a DApp. So, these things are always constantly being tweaked of who's going to be the next best thing. And the EverRise, this one is kind of exploded when it came out because it was the first buyback. And now people are doing the buybacks where they can tweak it by how much it buys back instead of it being a stagnant amount of $3.64. Permable came out and said that we'll turn the bull on, when we're ready, and we'll time it with, influencers, and that never happened because the dev never got off his ass to do it. So that ended up failing because he was lazy. But great idea. So if the next person comes out, they can time it and raise it and have it be a buyback that goes with a percentage of buyers and a percentage of sales, that would be great. Because right now you could sell $10,000 in the buyback for EverRise's $3.64. So you could see a $20,000 buy, but they're going to buy back at $3.64. So at least it's not all red, like Mark said.
Yeah. All right.
But Danny, do you think that that's going to actually be a utility like of the token that works and like works with the tokenomics, or is that just going to be something that makes people feel better?
I believe it's something that makes people, if you actually adjusted it to where it's a $20,000 buy and it buys back $20,000 and keeps it even, then yeah, that's a great thing. But just, somebody sells 20 grand and you throw down $3.64 in there, and then there's like an $8,000 buy afterwards.
That's what I was saying. Well, this one isn't quite the one.
It's not,
but it
eventually
it'll
have
more. It could prevent harsh like drops, like huge dips, because of the psychology behind it. Like it could let the coin last longer than not a rug, but like everyone gets out because they see all the red. Like it could slow that down.
People who are just staring at the chart a little bit.
Yeah, maybe you'll hold, maybe you'll buy.
You'll have to get the exact like calculation in the contract for it to
right. At least
people aren't idiots. They'll see that it's $3 instead of a lot.
You still have a $30 million market cap and almost 40,000 holders, so it is holding pretty strong compared to some of the other ones, even with that smaller buyback. But if you had an incremental buyback where it would increase with larger sales and smaller sales, that would probably be way better. I would say, if you could tweak that. So anybody who's listening, if you want to come out with the next new hotness, maybe do that, where it's following your trade patterns, where if it's a big sale, you have a bigger buyback than just the same number over and over.
Also, hit us first before you drop your new hotness contract, and maybe we'll feature you on
if you have the contract.
Yeah, new contract hotness. Okay, let's move on.
Is there a coin called Big Tits?
I'm sure there is.
It should launch the same day as Never Jizz.
That's a tough combo.
Yeah, I'm going Big Tits on that one.
You always jizz Big Tits. Yeah.
Okay, moving on. All right, guys, this next segment is called Lambo Loss.
This week we're going to talk about a more popular coin. It's the AMP coin, AMP. According to Coinbase, AMP is an Ethereum token that aims to collateralize payments on the Flexa network, making them instant and secure. If a Bitcoin or Ethereum payment fails due to unconfirmed or long transaction times, the AMP collateral can instead be liquidated to cover losses. That's a lot of shit I don't understand. Maybe Danny can explain it later, but it's on Coinbase, which is the reason we're talking about it. And it premiered on Coinbase on June 10th at a price of 0.052. Okay. Now we've seen in the past that coins that premiere on Coinbase get an instant bump. And this is something that we should have seen. We should have known. We're idiots. We didn't get in on it because by June 16th, it had already 2x'd, over 2x, and it was at 12 cents. So in less than a week, you could have doubled your money. It's not a 100x. It's not a 1,000x, but it was right there in front of us, and we're morons.
Well, does anybody on here trade on Coinbase?
Yeah, I just threw 2,500 into Coinbase.
Coinbase getting listed on Coinbase.
So I'm the only one who's not on Coinbase, so you guys have no excuse.
No, we have.
Yeah, how do we know when it's going to list on Coinbase?
Well, yeah, that's what I want to get into. Getting listed on Coinbase makes the coin way more available to the masses because it is probably the most popular trading platform for novices, people that don't want to fuck with PancakeSwap. It's like the equivalent of getting your product in Walmart or Costco, right? When you get that Coinbase listing. So it's a huge bump right away, and just in that week, you get in on AMP, you double your money. Of course, everything went to shit, but that Coinbase listing, if you can get in on it at the right time, look what happened with Matic. It wasn't on Coinbase. It went up, from 30 cents to, over $2 or something like that.
You could make good money if you just invested on coins first day they go on Coinbase.
In the first week,
knowing nothing about the coins whatsoever.
Right. Just getting it on its first day is always going to be a win, basically.
So Wes, this is called Lambo loss, not Hyundai loss. But it's okay. This is a Hyundai loss situation unless you threw half a Lambo.
If you threw in $1 million, you could have made it $2 million. So
you would have just bought a Lambo if you had $1 million.
Okay. Well, I know you wanted me to talk about, what was it, BabyDoge or something like that?
Real quick on the Coinbase front.
Dogecoin's crash probably.
Let me say one thing on the Coinbase front. We're going to get to that DeFi
That
deathmatch.
no one fucking has. This is something that everyone could have had.
Okay, so
I mean, 4 out of 5 on this show do trade Coinbase. So
well,
you guys all
I
could have
hold
had
this
it.
coin, Wes. I hold
Yeah,
this coin.
good, me too.
How did you find out it was coming out?
Well, this is interesting. So maybe 6 months ago, Coinbase started offering rewards, right? So essentially free token. And as Wes is pointing out, this was anything that's listing on Coinbase is going to be legit. Now, this was at a point where you didn't really know that because Coinbase was more or less for the novice trader, the only option. So you see, I didn't have much vision. That's why I don't have a Lambo. But you see these new tokens popping on. And if you watch like a 1-minute informational video and then answer a quiz that you can't fail, right? You can do wrong answer till you get the right one. They'll give you a $1 of that coin. So I have like 10 coins like that. One of them was AMP. And I wish I had known at that point, because you're looking at these coins that are given away for free, like, these must be garbage. And this is before I ever fucked with shit coins. Now I know, damn, I should have bought in.
So Wes said June 10th, though, it got on Coinbase. So it's been around before June 10th. And then on June 10th, it got up into the big leagues.
Yes.
What we need to know is which coins are getting up to the big leagues about 12 hours before they
You
do.
can stuff your trust wallet full
Yes,
of them.
that's what we need to do.
And I've transfer them to your Bitcoin account.
Right. And I've looked on
you can
Reddit.
directly from your checking account to Coinbase. That's the beauty of Coinbase. I put $2,500 from my savings account, don't tell my wife, into Coinbase just an hour ago.
Yeah.
So like I bought, like the thing about Coinbase is it's
Right.
like,
Yeah. Once
like,
you have it in your trust wallet and you
no,
can
you
then
don't need
trade it
trust
to
wallet.
Coinbase
You don't need trust whatsoever.
to get it
It's check-
before it gets on there.
No.
Oh, yes, you do.
Yes.
To get it before it gets on there. Yes, you do.
Yeah.
And then you transfer.
But I'm saying you could. I'm saying you don't
right?
even need. You could do that, but that's extra steps. I'm saying if you just get it the day it goes on Coinbase, you're still probably going to go up.
It went up
Yes.
30%
Yeah.
on the day it went from June 9th. They announced it, and in that like 2 hours, it went up 30%.
So Danny, how do we know when something's going on Coinbase?
I mean, typically I get an email. I mean, honestly, from
there you go.
from a
sick
Reddit,
brag.
Thanks,
Reddit
Danny.
post or
Sick
from
brag, Danny.
I mean, you can sign up for those.
Well, okay, so I looked into this a while back, right? So Binance, which is not as big as Coinbase, but still mega, they have a news section, as does Kraken, and they'll list what's coming, which is great. Now, they still don't have the McDonald's appeal or the Walmart appeal that Coinbase does, where it's like, I think they only trade like 50 tokens or 50 coins. So if it's on there, it's going to go up. But I assume that they keep that information very close to the vest. And it seems, with the exception of Doge, it's all somewhat utility coins, right? Or no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
I've got what on Binance?
No,
on Coinbase. Coinbase is predominantly, they're not shit coins, with the exception of
They don't take
Doge.
they don't take chances on meme coins besides Doge. It looks like
Well, yeah, I mean, it's a centralized exchange. I mean, that's one of the biggest reasons why.
That's true. Good to point out.
Yeah, and it just create the volume that you get on Coinbase just makes the coins go up because it has more access.
It just depends your exchange, right? So like Voyager, you can trade different coins in Coinbase, and they take chances. Like they just added Shiba on there.
Shiba might make it to Coinbase one day. Hopefully it does.
Yeah,
Maybe.
I think it is. But Coinbase Pro is more like Voyager. It's more like an exchange. So maybe that's a good way. Maybe that's something we should look into. Mess with Coinbase Pro, because there's more tradability on Coinbase Pro than Coinbase regular. And I assume that's probably a feeder, a minor league, so to speak.
But I don't think you don't get like the apps don't tell you, like Voyager will tell you the day before, hey, this one will be on there tomorrow.
You
want to tell us how to do it, Danny?
Yeah, what do we sign up for? What'd you say?
I just when you're going into Coinbase, you can log in and you can sign up to all their information that they have on there. Like right now, I was signed up for staking for Ethereum too. So you just, a lot of times you'll just sign in and sign up for their email list, and they'll give you a heads up.
You know how like movies are like a Rotten Tomatoes, or someone's like new releases this week.
Yeah,
Like,
they'll tell you
they'll
tell you within a couple of days beforehand for sure.
Yeah,
They tell you a couple days beforehand.
Do they?
If you go sign up for their email list, or their news
Voyager
list.
does. So I don't see why Coinbase would be different. Binance, I know. I just don't think I'm on their email list, but they probably would tell you like
Okay, even
at
worse.
least-
Coinbase.com. So we're stupid.
We're even dumber than we thought.
We didn't
Move it.
check a box.
Moving on.
Like if you go in there, there's like product announcements. Like
Yeah.
so if you
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
if you
no.
just read
It says
where I get
getting-
most of my crypto news is just reading the Voyager emails.
So if you go into Coinbase, you click product announcements, and then it says get notified about new features and listings on Coinbase.
Yeah, there
Let
you
us
go.
know now.
We're flying.
Slide that one on.
We're flying blind, Wes.
Yeah,
Don't say, huh?
I do want to say this.
click that little
Yeah,
button.
click that add blue one.
As
Click
an
it.
example, before Doge listed on Coinbase, right, there was an announcement. So you
Right.
could have bought Doge before it listed on Coinbase. And it's really barrier of entry, right? Like if you know how to trade on DeFi exchanges, cool, then you could have bought Doge and you could have made some cash. So we'll figure it out on the next episode, guys. But that
Right,
was,
but that's where that's what I'm getting at. The real money, right, would be to
Right.
get it to stack a shitload of it before it goes on one of these major
For sure.
exchanges.
Right.
And then once your wallet explodes, then you transfer it from wherever you were holding it before, Trust Wallet, MetaMask, whatever, right? And then you send it to your big exchange account where you can take out big boy US dollars.
Yeah. No, that would work. That would work too.
hell yeah. Yeah. You stay
Okay.
with us and we're going to figure it out together. We're going to get rich together. That was Lambo Laws. All right. This next segment, guys, DeFi Deathmatch.
My style is impetuous, my defense is impregnable, and I'm just ferocious. I want your heart, I want to eat his children.
So we skipped last week to do a very special episode to talk about Danny's death threat. So if you haven't checked that out, go back and watch episode 3. But what is DeFi Deathmatch? Every week we pit 2 DeFi tokens against each other, and we're switching the rules up a little bit. So here's the situation. Every week, the hosts are going to pick who they think is going to be stronger at the end of that week, right? And then you, the community, the holders of this coin, can get in too. So we're going to be posting a poll, a voting poll to our Twitter. You get on there and vote. Whoever wins that voting poll will get not only the minted NFT belt of the week, which should be right above me somewhere in this area, and we are giving 1 minute of time to the mouthpiece of that organization on next week's show. So if you want your community manager or your dev or your founder of the coin that you're holding to be on Eatin Dips next week, they get 1 minute to pitch their coin, you better vote. So, okay, last week, 2 weeks ago when we did DeFi Deathmatch last, it was Starship versus Moonery, right? Everyone selected Starship except for Mark, who selected Moonery, making Mark, I believe Mark's 2-0. I am 1-1.
We
No, it's a
tied.
draw.
Everyone tied because
Moonery, both coins collapsed because of the crypto crash.
Yes, which sucks. So we can't control that. So we're wiping the scoreboard clean. But this week's tokens, BabyDoge, bam, versus HODL or hold. Okay, BabyDoge, quick stats. Launched June 11th-ish. Market cap, 364 million. Jesus
Baby
Christ.
God.
That's fucking insane. This is from their website. BabyDoge is a hyper-deflationary coin designed to become more scarce over time. All holders of BabyDoge will earn more BabyDoge that is automatically sent to your wallet by simply holding BabyDoge coins in your wallet. So it's right. It's a
Wes,
reflection
why,
token.
Wes, why don't you do BabyDoge for Lambo Loss?
I don't know. What's the all-time low on BabyDoge?
Well, you check that out, Wes. You get
So
back
it's
to us.
just
I know
so
you wouldn't
basically
know.
BabyDoge is Dogecoin mixed with SafeMoon.
Yeah, essentially, it's exactly what it is. You just took Doge and you added the deflationary aspect to
Just
it.
a straight up smash up of Dogecoin and
And an
SafeMoon.
And
awesome
a weird
name.
baby. Yeah.
Yeah, and huge market cap. Now, beyond that, you guys kind of nailed it. There's not much going on except for their Phase 5 plans. And by the way, these phases are such trash.
Phase 5.
Everyone copied everyone and how they're
Nothing phase 1 through 4, but phase 5 is the big one.
Yeah, stay alive.
Well, if you
We're
go
waiting
to
till
the,
phase 5.
if
two
you
and
go
a
to
half
the
years
BabyDoge
from now.
website and you click the charity button, it doesn't take you anywhere. But if you go down and you dig, if you dig to Phase 5, in Phase 5, guys, they're going to do a $250,000 donation to charity of community choice, of the community's choice, and that's at a $500 million market cap. And a $500,000 donation to animal shelters for BabyDoges at a $1 billion market cap. And then they're saying they're going to donate to build homeless dog shelters at a $25 billion market cap. And to that I say, people first. Okay, let's go to the stats of
those
hold.
are also like nothing, right? If they reach those goals, like if they're at 25 billion and they're just going to make a couple dogs, like a dog house, they're just going to make a dog house.
No skin on it.
Just Snoopy dog.
At 25 billion, they could convert the inside of Lambos to dog houses.
Right. Pretty low goals.
Yeah.
Phase 5 is not impressive.
Phase 5.
Got $25 billion.
I'll tell you what is impressive is the amount of green I'm seeing on PooCoin and
That's
over
true.
$1,000 buys.
Lots of big buys on baby.
Yeah, it's gone up a lot.
It's powerful. There's no doubt about that. All right, guys, the other coin, HODL, launched May 24th. Market cap of 12.7 million. They have a 5% interest paid on regular balances, and up to 10% interest is paid on coins, HODL coins for a year. There's no staking, mining, or counterparty is required. Interest is guaranteed by the blockchain. So this is kind of interesting. The standard interest rate for HODL is paid on regular balances or outputs on every block for a period of up to 30 days, and the rate is approximately 5% APR. Compounded every block, and interest is paid on casual balances for up to 30 days. So I'm trying to decipher this, but I think the situation is the longer the deposit, the bigger the bonus you get. So you can lock a portion of your coin away into an interest account, right? Danny, is that what this is?
Yeah, essentially, the longer back that you bought and the longer that you hold, obviously the name that comes through there, your APR goes up with each block that is then mined. So as the blocks get mined, you get paid more. So you go from a 5% to a 6.1 to a 7.7 to a 9.9%. Essentially, it's just saying the longer that you hold, the more money you get back.
True to the name, HODL.
Yes, it was kind of like the father to these B&B rewards that you see coming out now. This is really kind of what started it, and then everybody said, well, instead of having an interest rate and get paid back, why don't we just pay you back in a percentage of B&B?
It's got a really good name too, Danny. So do you think this will be the dominant one that emerges from that style of contract?
I think that this one will outlast the others because it has more of a true interest rate that you're getting back. The others kind of just are very vague about what they say. You may or may not get back X amount depending on how many people buy or sell based on volume, where this is essentially based on the blockchain. And when the block is mined from when you bought, your APR continues to go up, where the rest of them, it all depends on the volume. And if people stop buying, then you stop earning back as much interest in B&B back to you. So yeah, I think this will outlast the rest of them.
It also has a lot of green looking at the poo. So two coins we picked, as of this recording, both doing very, very well currently. Pat, you said this one was May 24th, something like that?
May 24th.
A month old.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, about that. So all right, guys, let's throw our votes up. Let's do it like this. If you are going to choose, and again, guys, this is who's going to have a stronger, and we'll do it per capita because obviously, in terms of the host competition, BabyDoge is a way bigger market cap. So we'll weight it properly. So who's going to have a stronger market cap?
Increase or loss? Like who has the best market cap?
Percent gain or percent loss?
Yeah.
Exactly. All right. If you're going BabyDoge, throw your diamonds up.
All that talk.
BabyDoge.
Yeah, see, you just got guilted into it because no one wanted to pick BabyDoge, and you did it late.
Suck on my thumb.
There's two BabyDoge.
Suck on my thumb.
Well, I'm the editor, Wes. So
yeah.
It won't seem late. All right.
It's gonna come early.
So
Immediate response.
is it strictly percent gain and loss on the okay? What's the date that BabyDoge launched?
That puts baby. No, it doesn't matter. June 11th, but yeah, that does matter because it could. But BabyDoge has to gain quite a bit, right? Because it has such a high market cap that
Yeah.
All right. So I guess if you're,
I'm still going BabyDoge.
HODL is going to win. Throw your diamonds up.
HODL.
BabyDoge, if it gets dumped, I think you guys might get dumped. I think it might get pumped and dumped.
Oh, it's gonna get dumped hard
before the end of next
gonna
week.
get left on a doorstep. That BabyDoge.
If not, BabyDoge
At a church.
Yeah.
I think they have boxes at the fire department now. For
Yeah, it's gonna get left at the fire department.
Yeah.
With a note about some sob story about the too young.
Well, As of now, it's up to 369, so it's already up a lot. This show.
So if you think different than Wes, and you're a holder or a member of this community, make sure to vote on our Twitter poll. It's going to be pinned to our Twitter all week. Whoever is the winner, a mouthpiece from your community, whoever you guys elect, whoever your top brass is, who doesn't feel like isn't opposed to showing their face, we'll get a minute on Eatin Dips next week to tell us why your community.
I can't wait to hear about Phase 5 straight from the horse's mouth.
Get this.
Phase 5
dog houses.
Phase 5. All right, moving on. All right, guys, real quick, new segment. We're going to talk about influencer hype. So this is something that's been, I guess every coin is looking for. They're looking for a bump, right? Now, we saw this first in the Jake Paul situation with SafeMoon, right? Now, Jake Paul's a rich dude. He's new money. He made money recently. I guess you could take financial advice from him. He said not financial advice, so I don't know. But a lot of people are essentially just looking for any attention that they can bring to their coin or their community to bring hype in, because everyone's trying to get fucking rich. And
Right.
we see it every week. So I'm going to highlight one that we saw this week and look at the actual results. Who do you want to take financial advice from? The first thought that I come up with is Soulja Boy.
Yeah.
Right? Do you guys agree?
Super
Right?
soak that advice.
Yeah. So,
I am signed up for his emails.
Yeah.
Email list.
Good on Soulja Boys. All right. So there's a coin called New Inu, right? Trying to ride the Shiba Inu wave. And they paid Soulja Boy, God knows what they paid him, to shill to his 6.2 million Instagram followers and his 5.2 million Twitter followers. I'm putting the post up on screen now to pump New Inu. So let's see how it did, guys. So these posts went up on midnight on Tuesday night, which is late trading, obviously, I guess, unless you're overseas or in Europe.
They're trying to get the Asian crowd in. That's usually what you'll hear.
Asians love Soulja Boy.
You'll see Europe's about to
He's
wake up.
huge.
Asia's about to wake up in all the telegrams. Yeah.
Asians
Asia
waking
loves-
up.
Soulja Boy.
My Chinese whales are coming in. My Chinese whales are coming in. I like to think about like this is no way. So
Soulja
there's like
Boy's new track, Chinese whales.
Chinese whales. Anyway, okay. So the post went midnight. Here's the chart. Did over 10 motherfucking X, guys.
Yeah.
Over 10X.
Well, it was a new coin too. New Inu. I'm guessing.
It's called the New Guinea Singing Inu.
No.
Whoa.
If you read their website, it's about a new breed of Inu that they found in
So
India.
how hard did it crash after it went up 10x?
It went about 10 times down. Went about 11 times down.
No,
it stayed pretty well.
It's holding at about an 8X.
Wow.
So I guess my question is are influencers worth it in the cryptocurrency market?
I think the point of this segment is as someone that's trying to enter the shitcoin world, not like like someone like entry level, like the four of us besides Danny, I'd say, yeah, I mean, if you get in right away on the tweet, like within 15 minutes of Soulja Boy's tweet, this proves that, influencers absolutely increase shitcoins dramatically. Mm-hmm. Now, you have to be careful because if you wait till 6 hours later, probably not the best time. But if you see a Soulja Boy tweet, if you're on Twitter and you have Soulja Boy's, you got the bell check and you get all of Soulja Boy's notifications and you see a $sign and a shitcoin next to it, fucking ape into that shit, probably. Like,
look what happened with Logan Paul.
That's not financial advice.
Logan Paul took fuck Elon to the moon, right?
And Milf or whatever. Jake Paul took one to the moon, ass or something like that. Like one of the bigger the influencer, there's usually a bump in shit coins. So yes, it's a good idea to get in on the coins that the influencers are on. I would say.
Yep, I would say.
I would say so as well, but that's not financial advice.
Well, not financial advice, but. Yeah, I mean, I take mine from Soulja Boy. So sign up for Soulja Boy's email list.
What influence are you selling if they endorse the coin? None.
Like Danny BabyDoge?
Yeah, maybe.
It seems like anybody really though adds.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Well, it's the bigger the name, it seems like.
It's a bigger of a bump. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you go by their. I've noticed that Twitter seems to have a bigger influence than say Instagram does. Twitter seems to be the go-to influencer 10xer of all of the
Oh,
platforms.
Twitter's
So,
users are like very online and probably
Mhm.
all have crypto accounts.
It's interesting though, because from having a history as a talent manager, like that's the platform you want to sell first. You like if someone's going to pay your artist to endorse something, you're like, you a tweet? You want a tweet? We'll give you a tweet. How much for a tweet? You know, because it's garbage, right? It's like a throwaway platform. Whereas like IG, it's more visual, it's more permanent.
Right.
So that's interesting. I didn't think about that. But yeah, we'll keep you guys up to date on what influencers are getting in the space and what kind of damage it's doing. Soldier Boy, tell them.
And then you'll end up with all the Paul
New Guinea
brothers
singing.
notifications like I have, and your life will be ruined.
Yeah, I
it's
heard he
mostly-
just shaved his beard for the first time. Yeah, I got
Mostly
that
notifications
notification.
of Paul saying she's lying.
Yeah.
Look what Soldier Boy's up to today. Huh.
Now you know. Now you know forever.
All right, guys, that's Eatin Dips. Thank you guys so much for checking it out. Again, if you want to get into the crypto market with us as we're learning, subscribe to the Eatin Dips YouTube channel like you're watching it right now. And hopefully this is the first one that's out in podcast format. So subscribe to the podcast on Apple Podcast and Spotify. I am at Hard Factor Pat. We have at Hard Factor Mark, at Hard Factor Will, at Hard Factor Wes, and at Rechain CEO. And yeah, we are the Eatin Dips crew. Give us a follow on Twitter at Eatin Dips, Instagram at Eatin Dips, and let's get some fucking gains.
EatinDips@gmail.com. Send us some recommendations.
Oh yeah,
Right.
if you want to be in on the DeFi death match or the new Contract Hotness, so send us.
Just want to chat, Soldier Boy, whatever.
Yeah. Always take gains.
Take gains.